Do you ever wonder why some people seem to find amazing deals and become wealthy while others don't? Finding great deals is like riding a bike. Once you get the hang of it, it's a breeze. But just like learning to ride, it takes a bit of wobbling and determination to get there. And when it comes to money, it's all about waking up that financial genius inside you. Robert Kiyosaki in Rich Dad, Poor Dad reveals 10 powerful steps to awaken your financial genius and find those $1 million deals regularly. First, you need to find a reason. It's crucial to have a reason. Why do you want to be wealthy? Think about an Olympic swimmer. They train for years, sacrificing time and effort, driven by the goal of winning gold. Similarly, you need a strong why to push through financial obstacles. For Robert, his reasons were clear. He didn't want to work his whole life or live in a fear of job security. He also wanted freedom to travel and control over his time. Another timeless example comes from The Richest Man in Babylon. The character Arcad in that book, the wise and wealthy man. He once said, "In my youth, I looked about me and saw all the good things there were to bring happiness and contentment. And I realized that wealth increased the potency of all these. Wealth is power. With wealth, many things are possible." What a character and what a book. It's a super old book, but it is still one of the best financial books ever. We'll go through that book, I promise, one day on this channel. But for now, just like Arcad, recognize that wealth amplifies your ability to enjoy life and achieve your goals. Whether it is traveling the world, living comfortably, or having the freedom to spend time with the loved ones. Your reason must be strong enough to sustain you through challenges. So first, identify your why and then let it ignite your financial journey. Next up, it's all about the choices you make every single day. Do you save or spend? Do you binge watching Netflix or learn something new? Robert chose to be rich early on. It wasn't just one big decision, but lots of small daily choices. He decided to invest in learning and growing his money. Start making those choices today. Every dollar and every hour can either bring you closer to wealth or farther away. Invest in your education, read books, attend seminars, and listen to smart people. Knowledge is the best investment you can make. Robert attended a seminar in 1973 that cost him around $400, but it ended up making him millions. So choose wisely and keep learning. Now let's talk about your friends. Who you hang out with can seriously impact your financial future. Robert learns from all his friends. He picks up money tips from his wealthy friends and learns what not to do from those who struggle. Wealthy friends can inspire you and share insider knowledge. On the flip side, friends who always talk about how hard money is might drag you down. So choose your crew wisely. Listen to different perspectives. Even experts have different opinions on the market. Some say it is booming, others say it's crashing. Both can be right in their own ways. Try to balance the advice, but stay true to your goals and don't just follow the crowd. The best deals are often found before everyone else notices them. Next, you need to master a formula, then learn a new one. Basically, once you have nailed one way to make money, don't stop there. Keep learning and adapting. Robert started with a seminar on buying real estate with no money down. He mastered that one, made a few million, then moved to other strategies. Don't get stuck with just one formula. The world changes, and so should your approach. Keep finding new ways to grow your wealth. Think of it like adding tools to your toolbox. The more tools you have, the more problems you can solve and the more opportunities you can seize. Whether it is real estate, stocks, or something else, keep expanding your knowledge base. It is the key to staying ahead. Alright, here's a game changer. Pay yourself first. I don't know how many times you hear that from me on this channel, but paying yourself first means investing in your future before paying any bills. Let's take a look at these two diagrams. On the left, you have someone paying their bills first. There is nothing left for investment. Now, check out the right side. This person invests in their asset column first and then pay their bills. Notice the difference? It's all about priorities. And this isn't just a new idea. It's a time-tested strategy used by wealthy people throughout history. In The Richest Man in Babylon, a wealthy man said, "I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep." This means setting aside money for yourself before spending it on anything else. It's a timeless principle. Even modern financial giants like Warren Buffett follow this rule. He once said, "Do not save what is left after spending. Instead, spend what is left after saving." This mindset is crucial. It's about making your financial future a priority. Robert always made sure to invest in assets before anything else. Whether it was a tight month or not, he puts money into his investments. This forced him to get creative and find ways to handle the bills. It's like giving your future a head start every month. Now, this doesn't mean you ignore your bills. Paying yourself first is about setting aside a portion of your income for investments, even before you handle your expenses. It might feel challenging, but it pushes you to find new ways to cover those bills. This strategy builds your financial muscle and makes sure your money is working for you. When you pay yourself first, you are building a strong foundation. Over time, these investments grow and can even start paying your bills for you. And that's how you create financial freedom. So make paying yourself first a habit. Your future self will thank you and me and Robert for the advice. Don't skimp on good advice. Pay your brokers and advisors well, because they can save you time and make you money. A good broker isn't just a salesperson. They are a wealth of information and can open doors to opportunities you might not find on your own. When Robert hires a broker, he makes sure they own their investments and know their stuff. It's like having a mentor who has got your back. So don't be afraid to pay for quality advice. It's a small price for the big gains you can make. Find someone who's invested in your success and build a solid relationship with them. It's actually one of the smartest moves you can make. Alright, let's talk about the term Indian giver. This phrase comes from a culture misunderstanding between early settlers and Native Americans. When an Indian gave a settler a blanket, they expected it back later. The settlers didn't get it. They thought it was a gift. In the world of investments, being an Indian giver means getting your initial investment back as quickly as possible and then continuing to earn from it. Essentially, you are playing with house money after that point. In the stock market, there is something called B/E ratio, which stands for price to earnings ratio. This ratio tells you how long it would take for an investment to pay itself based on its current earnings. It's a crucial concept to understand because it helps you figure out how soon you get your money back and start making pure profit. Peter Lynch, in his fantastic book One Up on Wall Street, talks about the B/E ratio and its importance. It's one of my favorite books on investing, and we will definitely cover it in detail on this channel soon. Back to Robert, he once bought a condo for 50,000 cash. It rented for 2,500 during the peak season and for 1,000 for the rest of the year. Within about 3 years, he had all his initial investment back. Now that condo continued to generate income month after month, effectively giving him something for nothing. So the lesson is to get your original investment back as soon as possible. This way, you are not risking your own money anymore, but instead, you are growing your wealth with returns. It is smart and safe way to play the game of investing. So always look for opportunities where you can get your money back quickly and keep the profits rolling in. Alright, let's talk about the fun stuff. Buying luxuries. We all love nice things, fancy cars, dream vacations, etc. But here's the catch. Instead of borrowing money to buy these luxuries, why not let your investments pay for them? Here's how it works. Imagine you want that shiny new car. Instead of taking out a loan and stress over monthly payments, you invest your money in something that grows. Let's say you put some cash into stocks or buy a rental property. You let those investments earn for you. Once they have made enough profit, that's when you use the returns to buy your luxury item. It's like letting your money work hard for you, so you don't have to work harder to pay for things you want. Here's a real example. Robert has a friend whose teenage son wanted a car. Instead of just buying the car, the dad gave his son $3,000 and some stock market tips. The deal was simple. You cannot use this $3,000 to buy the car directly. You have to invest it. Once you have grown it to $6,000, then you can buy the car, and the original $3,000 goes into your college fund. What did this teach the son? He learned to make his money grow and use the profits to buy what he wanted. This lesson was more valuable than the car itself because it sets him up with a mindset for financial success. Most people make the mistake of buying luxuries first and pay for them later, usually with interest. This creates a cycle of debt and financial stress. Instead, by focusing on building your asset column first, you can create a steady flow of income that funds your lifestyle. This approach not only helps you afford luxuries without stress, but also builds your wealth over time. It's all about making smart choices today for a richer tomorrow. So, how can you apply this? Start small. If you are eyeing that new smartphone or a vacation, think about how you can invest your money first. Maybe it's a small stock purchase or a side hustle that brings in extra income. Let that investment grow until it covers the cost of your luxury. That way, you are not dipping into your savings or going into debt. You are letting your money do the heavy lifting. By the way, that is not easy, and a lot of people will not do it. This method requires focus and discipline. It's easy to want things now, but by delaying gratification and letting your assets pay for your luxuries, you set yourself up for long-term success. Think of it as a game. The challenge is to see how you can make your investments work for you, how you can turn profits into things you want without touching your savings or borrowing money. This way, you enjoy the best of financial stability and the freedom to enjoy life's pleasures. One of the most powerful ways to learn and grow is by looking up to those who have been there, done that, and nailed it. Remember when you were a kid and you had a hero? Maybe it was a superstar athlete or even a movie character. You might have compiled their hairstyle, mimicked their routines, or tried to talk like them. As we grow up, that doesn't change. The only difference is that our heroes might shift from comic books characters to financial giants, entrepreneurs, or successful business people. For Robert, heroes like his rich dad and Warren Buffett were his guiding lights. When analyzing investments, he would ask, how would Buffett approach this? You see the similarity, right? Just like how we used to imitate our childhood heroes in the financial world. We follow our financial heroes' spending habits, investment strategies, negotiation techniques. It's about taking the essence of what makes them successful and applying it to your own life. When you are figuring out your next financial move, think about how your hero would handle it. You don't have to know those heroes personally. Their books, interviews, and biographies can be your guide. Alright, we have come to the final step: teaching and giving. This step is all about how generosity and sharing can actually make you richer in more ways than one. Robert Kiyosaki learned a powerful lesson from his rich dad. If you want something in life, start by giving it away. This might seem a bit counterintuitive, especially if you are trying to build a wealth. But Rich Dad had a point. Whenever he found himself low on funds, he didn't hold back. Instead, he gave money to his favorite charities. And guess what? The act of giving seemed to attract even more abundance into his life. Rich Dad's philosophy was simple. When you give freely and with a good heart, you set off a cycle of receiving. Think about it. Whenever you need something, whether it is money, love, or friendship, try giving that very thing first. If you are short on cash, donate to a cause you care about. If you are feeling down, give someone else a smile or a compliment. It's amazing how often what you gave comes back to you, sometimes even multiplied. Robert's rich dad always said, if you want something, you first need to give. This principle isn't just about money, it's about fostering a mindset of generosity. This idea extends to sharing knowledge too. The more you teach others, the more you deepen your own understanding. By explaining concepts to others, you reinforce your own knowledge and open yourself up to new insights. Imagine you are explaining a complex financial concept to a friend. In breaking it down for them, you often end up understanding it better yourself. So keep this final step in mind. The more you give, the more you will receive. Next time, we are starting a new book with a new journey. Cheers and see you next time.